What's going on? We are live, we are direct, and we are connected. Listen, I don't know. This is like 16 days in a row, 17 days in a row, like, going live every day. And I've been dropping game every single morning on the weekday at 9 a.m. And today, there's no difference. Today, I'm going to break down starting a business. This is a business foundation video. So if your foundation, like the foundation, your business model isn't right, in this video, I'm gonna break down how you know if your business model is correct or you're in a rat race where you're just going in a circle and you're stuck all the time. And we're gonna break that down today. Let's go. Woo! I gotta get an intro to just drop right there. So bear with me. I'm gonna get an intro for y'all. What's going on, man? Yo, it's 9 a.m. We live. Yo, shout out. Look, I think we hit 13,000. Can anybody check and see? I gotta put that up. I gotta put that up on a YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like put it up. Like you can put that on a thing. I'm gonna do a video on that. But shout out to y'all, man. Y'all been blessing me. Yesterday was the most watched, 13,000. Yo, thank you, Vincent. That was shout out to Vincent. Vincent said we was gonna do it this week, and he was in everybody's DM telling everybody to follow me. So shout out to Vincent. He did it. We did it. We big. We got 13,000. I love y'all. Yo, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. You see how happy I get? It's gonna keep me going 9 a.m. If I got 14,000 before the end of the month, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going every morning 9 a.m. So tell a friend to subscribe to your boy. I want to keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. But what up? So today is really about, I know a lot of people that start a business and they're selling things and they're losing money with the product they're selling. Like they don't even know the cost of their product. How can you function a business not knowing the cost of your product? You got to know your ROI, your return on investment. So if you're spending 1,000, how much am I making on that 1,000? If I'm only making 800, that's a bad investment. We don't want to do that investment. So we got to break down it, peel back the layers, and let's get into it. What else? Any announcements I got to talk about? Nah, let's just get into it. I will say it's definitely been tough. The fact that I'm able to talk about so many things is pretty impressive. I will say it's pretty impressive, right? I call this my Profit Playbook. Build the business that runs without you. Who wants to build a business that runs without them? Who wants to build a business that runs without them? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to? Shout out to Bam. I see Bam's in the chat. Yeah, Bam, we did it, baby. Keep it going, Bam. Keep it going. We going for 14,000. We get 14,000. We're going to keep it going next February. I'm telling you now. So put it in chat. Who wants to run a business without them being in the business, right? There's 6 businesses that I own. There's a bunch of things going on and I'm not in the business. It's running without me. So let's go. That's the golden rule. It must run without you. If you don't have a business that cannot run without you, then you have a job, a glorified job, a professional job, whatever the case may be. But the golden rule is the business must run without you. Put run without you. Write that down. Run without you. Put it in the comments. It has to run without you. If it doesn't, you do not have a business, you have a glorified job. We don't want a glorified job. We want a business, an empire, a media empire. That's just what we have, a media empire. Oh, I like that. I said that in the last video. It separates the operator from the CEO. Speaking of operator, I want to do a video. I want to prepare myself. I got to do a word vomit about it, but I'm going to do a video about operator. Remember I said that. Write that down, operator. So this is why 90% of the businesses get stuck, right? One is the margin. Like I was saying, they do not know their margin. If you have a business right now and you do not know your margin, and when I say margin, that means how much does the product cost? How much does the packing cost? How much does the shipping cost? How much does it cost to store the product? Like if it takes up 1 cubic feet, how much per cubic feet for the whole entire space, and how much does that cost? Break it down to that. You gotta pull back the layers. You see what I'm saying? So if you're renting a space to take up for the inventory, and it's 10 cubic feet, right? and one product takes up 1 cubic feet, right? And it's $1,000 for 10 cubic feet. That means it's $100 to store it every single month. You have to pull back the layers on your margins. You have to know your margins. They have too many low selling products, right? Like I wanted to do a membership for $9.99, right? Because I just want to I want to get a lot of people in, right? But one, I talked about this, the commitment. The commitment won't be there, right? But two, you have to have a high selling ticket to make up the cost if you did have a $9.99 product or something like that, right? So a lot of businesses are in business, but they don't have something that is a high value product. Now I get it. If you're selling low ticket items, it's hard to sell a high. Like you can't tell me you're selling something for $10 and sell something for $10,000. It just don't make sense, right? I say just start high and do promos, right? Mine is 10,000. My business is 10,000, and I do a promo. Like I'll do like 70% off 3,000, right? Because I really do want people to be in, but I want the price to be enough that if you spend $3,000, you're going to be committed, right? I want you to be committed. I don't want you to just come in and just say you're just a member. I want you to be active. Remember, we talked about community, right? In order to build a good community, you have to be active, right? So how do we be active? If you get that commitment, a commitment for $9.99 a month ain't no commitment. A commitment for $3,000, that you're gonna be more active in that community. So we want to make sure we have a high ticket product, right? The next thing is, profit taking. And we all have done this. I've done this. You've probably done this. The one business we haven't done it was InvestFest, right? I mean, Earn Your Leisure, all of our Earn Your Leisure businesses. We were very, when we were building Earn Your Leisure, man, it was some times I was broke. And I'm looking at our business big. I'm like, yo, we got all this money. Let me get some. Yo, I'm struggling. But we had to stay committed. We had to stay on vision. You cannot take money out of the business. This is the most important thing. You cannot take money out of the business. You have to pour the money back into the business. Don't be taking your money out for your hair to get done. Don't be taking your money out to go buy something from the store. If it's not for your business, do not take money out. One time you do it, it'll lead to 10 times. Like we have a date that we pay ourselves, right? From our companies. That's the date. I could be going in foreclosure. I could be getting my house taken. If it ain't that date, it ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? That's how real it is. Find another way. That money doesn't exist. Until you set up a distribution date from your business, that's the only time you should be taking money, right? No financial system. Like there's QuickBooks. We have QuickBooks. We have a CPA that watches over our QuickBooks, but there's QuickBooks. Set up QuickBooks, connect all your accounts, and boom, it does all your, literally, you'll have your whole financials right there. You have your PL, you have your taxes, you have everything done all for you. So just set up the QuickBooks. It's easy. There's a lot of other softwares, but just set something up so it's connected to all your assets, all your businesses, all your accounts, and it just does it. So that number 4 should be the easiest thing to do out of all of this, because all you have to do is set it up, and I think it's like $20 a month. It's not even a lot. All right, so let's break it down. Is it working? The blueprint for automated profit pricing, right? Know your numbers. This is the blueprint right here. Write this down. This is the blueprint, right? Product. You have to have a great product. A lot of times we skip this, right? We want to worry about the offer. We want to worry about the price. We want to worry about this. And you got to have a great product, because if you have a great product or a great service, they'll come back, right? So let's focus on the product, right? And when we have a great product, we want to try to break this product into tiers, right? So have a lower tier for entry. So this is getting people in the door, getting them to, experience how you do business, right? And that might be a 3-month subscription. We don't do monthly subscriptions, right? Only 3 a month or more. then you might want to have a 6-month or a 12-month or in a lifetime, something like that. But it has to be on that same, like, it just has to be a lower entry point. Not like, don't tear down the product. Like I said, you don't want to sell a $9.99 product, a $9.99 product, and a $10,000 product. Ain't gonna work, right? Now for a lead magnet, it's a little different. I look at those a little different. That's not on your website. That's not something that is a product of yours. That is something that's probably on an ad. That's just a lead magnet, right? So, and profit management. That, like I said, that's the most important. That is what's going to take you from here to there. If you understand your profit and you're not taking money out of your account, you got QuickBooks installed. This is the most important thing. Understanding what you do with your profit, because if you want to expand and you want to scale, if you know how much your profit is, you can see if you want to buy a bigger building, if you want to buy more product. But if you don't know the profit management, then you just don't got it. So we want to make sure we understand our profit management. Pillar 1, price for profit, not just for survival. This has always been my rule. It's been my rule for the last 15 years. If you pay $10, it's $40. Write that down. If you pay $10, it's $40. Simple as that. We Forex the price, no matter what. We Forex the price, no matter what. Look how much I'm selling. Look how much I'm selling the business engine for, right? I'm selling it for $10,000. You can go to the business engine right now. It's $10,000. You can put in the code YouTube. You'll save $3,000. How much am I making off that? Let's do the math. How much am I making off of it? I'm making $500. It's $500 in profit into the business engine. After I pay everybody and pay all the expenses and everything, per person, it's gonna cost me, I'm gonna make $500 because the cost is $2,500 for me, right? That's the cost after I pay everybody off, right? After I pay all the expenses, right? I'm selling for $3,000. That's the lowest I'm gonna go. And look, I make $500. I'm doing the math right in front of you. I'm very transparent. Literally, 4x everything. 4x everything, because when you want to do 50% off, when you want to do 25% off, you're still in profit. You know you can't go lower than 75%. That's it. You can't go lower than 75%. Simple as that. I don't even need to go on this no more. Whatever you paid, 4x. I'm keeping it real with y'all. We're going to get through this real quick. Pillar 2, the ladder of high freedom, right? High ticket freedom. So 3-tier offer scale. Tier 3 premium, price $3,000 to $10,000. That's where we obviously all want to get to, right? The entry offer, $10 to $300. Now, you got to keep this in mind, right? If you're selling a product for $10,000, I'm not gonna say do something for $10. We're not doing that, right? But this is breaking down the volume, right? If I sell 100, it's 1,000 a week, or whatever, right? This is getting people in. Now, if you're gonna go really low, I will say lead magnet. You want to get them to know you, right? And if you have a good VSL or a good page that is offering like a $27 lead magnet, that is cool, right? Like if you go to notionengine.ai, you can get the recording from, and you can get all these different templates and stuff for $27. It's really a lead magnet, and it also there to pay for the ads, right? Because if you spend like $10,000 on the ads and you get like 1,000 people in, you're just hoping to make back the money for the ads, right? So you can continue the offer, right? And then the mid-tier, I like to stick around the tier 2 and tier 1. But again, depending on, like, your high ticket could be $1,000, right? And then your low ticket could be $10. But it all depends on what is your pricing structure. But again, we can figure this out real simple. Calculate your time, calculate how much you have to pay service providers for your product, and do all this math. If it comes out to $100, then your minimum ticket should be $400. That's it. It all depends on you, Forex. And then you Forex each level. That's it. All right? How to make $110,000 with less work. Scenario A, offer scale. Sell 20 juices to make 100,000. You need to sell 5,000. That is too many juices. That's too many. That's 14 juices per day, every day, trapped in high volume work. We don't want that. We don't want that. This is scenario B. Tier 1, 500 juices at $20 make 10,000. Tier 2, 50 cleanses, 500, 25,000. Ooh, now we're getting it. But tier 3, this is the scenario I like to look at. Tier 3. This is what you have to, this is the repeatable business. This is the scalable business. 10 retreats, 7,500, 75,000. Which one do you want to work? Which one that works for you, right? You know what I'm saying? You want to do scenario A or you want to do scenario B? This is how you scale your business and maximize the amount of money you can make from your business with doing the least amount of work, right? Who wants to do the least amount of work, right? Who wants to get paid more and do less? Put a yes in the chat if you want to get paid more and do less. Pillar number 3, fuel your growth with compound profit. The reinvestment rule for the first 12 months, reinvest every dollar back into the business. Yeah, we did that to 18 months, and it was crazy. We did not take money out, profit out until 18 months because we had to buy mics, we had to buy cameras, we had to travel to do events. We were doing free events around the whole entire country, but 12 months is a good amount of time to just keep putting money back into the business. 12 months. I mean, this is simple. I don't even have to get into this. Just invest every dollar you make from your business into your business. That's it. And in 12 months, you're reinvesting the money, not to sit though. Don't get that twisted. You're not reinvesting the money to sit. You're reinvesting the money to expand. Expand, right? We want to expand. We don't want to just put the money in the bank. So let me make sure I'm clear on that. It's either buying more product or reinvesting into product, making the product better, doing product research, reinvest in the product, right? Don't just let the money sit. I don't know if that came off wrong, but we ain't just letting the money sit. We reinvest. You know what invest means? Taking chances, basically, right? Putting money up so you can see money come back in tenfold, right? All right, cool. We're almost done here. Your final system must evolve with your revenue. So this is a cool thing, right? This is depending on the level you are, and I don't know what level you guys are on, right? You got to look in the mirror and ask yourself what level you are, right? Now, 0 to $100,000 a year, you should be like I said, QuickBooks, right? I mean, you should always have QuickBooks, regardless, right? We still have QuickBooks, but we have CPAs and all that stuff, right? And CFOs and all that stuff. 100,000. Take a screenshot of this. 100,000, 5,000. Monthly bookkeeping, like you're going over your books every month. You're doing your quarterly earning reports. They have a whole tax strategist for you and things like that. That's when you're making about between 100 and 5,000. Now, this is when you start to get the big boys, right? 500,000, 2 million. You know, your CFO is going to get paid 250. So take that right off the top. But the thing is that you want to have access to every possibility in terms of tax savings, in terms of money that you can make, in terms of loopholes, all these different things. That's what a CFO is going to do. And then when you're making 2 million and 10 million or more, whatever, that's when you have a whole financial section in your business. So just depending on where you are, this is what you should need for your business for it to evolve with revenue, right? So like as your business gets bigger, you add more people to the team. Don't try to have this level of team making this much money, and then when you get to this level, you want to have that same team. You're just going to lose out on a lot of opportunities if you are sitting here with the same amount of education or skill set here. You want to level up your skill set as you level up your revenue. So, you know all those people holding those trophies around saying, "Oh, we made $1 million a year." It's vanity. It's vanity, right? It looks good. I made $1 million a year. How much did you spend for that $1 million? Where's the trophies where it says, "Oh, profit $1 million"? Where's that at, right? I can guarantee you 99% of those businesses didn't profit $1 million. Why? Because they spent a lot of money for advertising, right? That's no slack to them. Making $1 million in profit is amazing. It's amazing. Whether you did ads or not, it's amazing, right? $1 million plus in profit is amazing. You have a great company. But don't get caught up in that. A lot of times people see this and they get caught up in it and they think, wow, they made $1 million. And it's vanity, all right? Profit is what you focus on. How much profit did your business make, right? That is the most important thing. High revenue can hide fatal financial flaws. She thought because revenue was high, she could afford to spend, but profit. Revenue was less than profit. And I think this was this is the slutty vegan thing, right? The founders, this is when I talked about the slutty vegan, right? She grew so fast, right? She generated millions of dollars, but the profit margin was low. And that's why this is a class I did back then when Pinky got into that situation and she had to buy back her company, right? But this is what happens. You expand too fast, right? You expand too fast because you're seeing all these millions coming in. And she actually had a whole team. She had teams and everything. But you know one thing they didn't do? They didn't do a realization of their profit. And that's what happened. High revenue can hide fatal financial flaws. Don't get caught up in the vanity, all right? Just because you're making millions and millions of dollars, focus on the profit. Put profit in the chat. Put profit in the chat. Your product must be your best marketing. Why do I say that? So this I was talking about this guy who owns this restaurant in the city. We did a podcast with him. And I mean, this is a podcast a year ago, but it sticks with me. He said, focus on the product. If the product is good, they'll come back. Focus on the product. If the product is good, they'll come back. A lot of times we don't focus on the product. If you have a good product, you're going to use it again. How many times you had a great product, you purchased the product, it was great, it served its purpose exceedingly, and you bought it again. Focus on the product. That's it. That's your best marketer. Because not only you're going to buy it again, you're going to tell your friends. How many times did you use something and you was like, this is great, right? And then you let your friend use it. You told your friend about it. Yo, you got to get this, right? Everyone's done that, right? Yes, right? So what's the difference? Focus on the product. That was the main thing in that one. Go from theory in profit in 30 days. So this is a 4-week plan. This is my homework for y'all. I hope y'all doing this homework. Week 1, master your pricing. Calculate your gross profit, apply the Forex scale, right? Week 2, build your 3-tier offer scale. However that looks for you, a 3-tier offer scale. Week 3, set up your financial system. Go get QuickBooks. If you don't have it, it's pretty good. And 4, set your target points. 3-month goal, 6-month goal, 12-month goal. Put those goals in place, all right? That's your homework. That's what we're going to go with. That's what we're going to do. The journey from operator. Let's see what else we got. You ready to celebrate your journey? Are you ready to get under this? Y'all see what I've been dropping 9 a.m. every morning? Y'all see this? Imagine what it is inside the business engine. You got full access to your board. And the people are part of them. So listen, you can use the code YouTube, save 70% off. I'm making $500, all right? Now you know it's transparent. It's all good. But you know what? Listen, my goal for everybody is to become millionaires. On a serious tip, I want everyone to become a millionaire. Anybody that's in the business engine, I want you to become a millionaire. That simple as that. And I ain't gonna stop until I'm not gonna stop until you are successful. My goal is to help everyone, even outside of the business engine, to help. This stuff is helping you. You can apply this stuff today, and it's going to help you build your business, some form of fashion, right? It's just you got to do the work. You got to put in the work, and knowing the right things to do, the right strategies to do, which I'm giving you, I'm literally handing on the plate, is the first part. That's half the battle. The next half is execution. If you're taking these videos and not executing, you're just listening to it, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Execute on this. This is valuable information that helped us build multiple 8-figure businesses. I'm handing it to you on a platter. All right? That's what I got for you guys. Love y'all. Peace.